Hi, in this e-session we're just going to, we're going to deviate from WordPress and online services for the next couple of minutes. Basically what we're going to do is we're just going to run through how to prepare a document or an illustration in Illustrator, so it's ready for print, and we'll look at what it takes to set the document up with Bleed. And we'll explain Bleed a little bit, and as well as that we'll make sure that we save the file so that the trim marks are displayed prominently, and everything should be good for the print company to print the design at the end of it all. So what we'll do is, here we are in Illustrator. We'll create a new document, so we're going to go to File, as per always, and we're going to New. Alright, so the first thing is we're going to be setting our units into millimeters because we're a civilized country and we don't know what an inch is. Length, a business card, we'll use a business card as an example in this case, is 90 millimeters, and the width is, the height is 55. Alright, and standard for a printing company is that they're going to want what's called bleed. Bleed is an edge along the design that gives the printing company some leeway when they're cutting the design out, because remember, they don't just print one little business card one at a time, they print them in great big sheets. And then they need to cut them all out, and they don't just cut them out with scissors, they cut them out with a great big guillotine. So that big guillotine has a margin of error. So that margin of error is 3 millimeters all around. So that's what we do here in this screen. You'll see that there's this fields here called bleed, and that's how standard this is, what I'm talking about, bleed. It's 3 millimeters, and you'll find that if I put 3 in any of these boxes, it goes and adjusts them all the same, which is perfect. So we've set up a document now. For a business card, it's 90 millimeters, 55 millimeters. Now, if it was any other sort of document, you'd need to use the correct sizes there, but 3 millimeters bleed is pretty much standard. Alright, so we'll click OK. And you can see here that we've been presented with a screen, a new document. So this black line here shows us where our artboard is. This is the printable area. And just wait for my screen to fix itself up. And this red line here is the bleed. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've got a little bit of a I've got a little bit of a background for us to use. Now the important thing about bleed is that your backgrounds must stretch right across it. Okay? Alright, so let's copy this. Alright, and we'll paste this into our business card. Okay, now this is looking good. Now the background must stretch to all sides of the bleed, or it can run over them as well. It can run over the bleed, that's okay. But it must cover the bleed at least, because if we didn't, then what would happen is this gap between the black line and the red line is where the printer might cut. And if we were to go and put the background only to this line, and the printer cuts along here just outside of the black line, then that would mean that the business card would have a white line along the edge of it, and that's no good. Nobody wants that. So we make sure that the background of the card stretches right to the bleed. Okay. All right. So let's just put some dummy text on here now, and see how we go. Scott, my company, my address, and there's a telephone number and email at email.com. Alright, cool. And we've got some text on the business card. Alright, so the next thing that's important to realize is, and you probably would just do this without my having to say it anyway, we must make sure that the content is within the cutting area. We don't let the content go out towards the bleed area. It must stay in here. Okay, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so we'll just pretend that that's our business card all wrapped up. Okay, so we're finished with the design. Now we're going to send it to the printer. So if we click on File, and we're going to do Save, and we're going to save as a PDF, because that's going to vectorize the fonts and this, that, and the other. And now we click Save, and it's going to come up with a dialog here. And we could click Save and that would be wrong, because what we want is we want the bleed to be illustrated, and we don't need all the printer's marks, but what we do need is trim marks. It's very, very important that you do that. Okay, so click on Trim Marks, and now we'll click on Save PDF. Okay, so I'll just head out to my desktop, and we've got our PDF there, and you can see this is the business card that we set up a second ago, and you can see that the trim marks are here, and you can see that it's got the bleed. So if the printer cuts along this trim mark here, the design is going to go right out, and there's not going to be any white lines, and it's going to look perfect once it's all cut out and professionally finished. So that's basically what we need to do. If I know there's a lot of misinformation on the internet about how to do this, there's a lot of people saying all sorts of stuff, but that's just the simplest way to do it. If you follow those very, very simple instructions each time, you're going to come out with a professional result. So I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, hit us up here at Bloom360.